the UID is seen as a technology fix for problems that exist in our system. The second thing is the UID is actually the provision of a solution without identifying what the problem is. So, yeah, because essentially they're saying we have this problem, technology can produce a number for each of you. Now you figure out what your problems are to which you can apply this solution. That's actually what is being said. So the question of, when it comes to the question of voluntariness, the UID authority has been saying all along that this is not going to be compulsory. You can decide if you want to take it, you take it. It may help you. But in every document that they have been producing and in every negotiation that they've been having with the UID, been asking that they need killer applications. And I apologize for the language, it's not my language, but they need killer applications. What they mean by a killer application is that you need applications, you need the UID to be asked to be applied in various kinds of places where you will need that service for sure, and you cannot get that service unless you have a UID number. Right? Like if you need to enter college, if they say that you can't enter college, you can't even make an application for college unless you have a UID number, that becomes a killer application because all students wanting to apply to enter the university system will have to have a UID number. So you effectively take voluntariness out and put coercion in. It is not just about being mandatory or compulsory. It's actually coercing because you're not openly admitted to it being compulsory. Actually, you're making it compulsory in various places and coercing people to take it out. So it's a myth about voluntariness. I just want to take some of those myths out. The second thing is they say they'll only hold a limited protocol of information. But we have been watching the process since they began in September, and we find that the form now has 3 sections. One section is this basic information which they talk about. The second section, it says optional, but when it is administered to people, that it is optional is not read out. Now you and I may read the screen and say, oh, it's optional, I don't want to give you that information. But with the poor and with the with many of the middle classes who go there trustingly, they just ask the question, what is your mobile phone number and what is your email address? So I'm going to leave it to your imagination to figure out what delivery of services to people below the poverty line has to do with anybody's email address. So when we are talking about what we think could be the purpose of this exercise, just remember that this information which was not anywhere in the planning of the projection or marketing of this whole exercise, nowhere in all of that did this information feature. The third thing is about not giving out information. Now to me that's among the most disturbing things that's happened in this exercise. See, they started with saying we will not give your information to anyone. You give us that information, we'll protect your privacy, we'll protect that information. That is actually, it's not going to protect information completely. The UID authority will not hand over information to anyone. Now when, I was also telling that this, apart from not having a budget and not having a feasibility study, there has also been no legal regimen that has been governing this. Which means that the UID authority was set up by an executive order and placed within the planning commission because the planning commission was willing to host it. And the planning commission itself, as you know, is only by executive order. It doesn't have any greater legal, it doesn't have any greater legal presence. Within that, you have the UID authority having been set up just by an executive order, and there is absolutely no protection of the kind of data that we're giving them now. There's no legal regimen that governs the way in which the UID authority acts, and that becomes important when you think about the kind of contracts that they've been entering into and the kind of MOUs that they're entering into with various kinds of agencies. Now, I'll tell you a little about that in a bit. But at least this basic assurance that they would not hand over information should have been made. Now, on 3rd December, finally, after a lot of, many people had said that you cannot go on like this without some kind of a legal cover to this whole project. On 3rd December, a bill was introduced in the Rajya Sabha. That bill has now been referred to the Standing Committee on Finance, and I've explained why finance. It's a very strange place for it to be, but it's there. And that bill has a provision which says that no information which is held by the UID authority will be handed over to anyone. There are extraordinary circumstances according to them that in the interest of national security, it can be given to any to certain sets of government agencies. But it can't be handed over to anyone else. I mean, that itself has its own problems, but now it's gone way beyond. They say in that there will be no information held by the UID authority will not be handed over. But what do you actually see when you get into the brief today? You find that there is a consent clause that has been introduced into the law. This consent clause just says information consent. And they just stick it. I mean, we watched them do it. They started with the verse, so we watch what they do. They just stick that. And this is giving consent. You know, what giving consent means is only the office copy of the UID acknowledgement slip. So in that they say that information can be given. There are 3-4 kinds of consent. One of those is that information can be given. I consent to information about that you hold about me being given to any agency, which may give me welfare or service. So you provide me with a service, and the service is, none of this is defined. So service is anything. I come and talk to you. I provide you for a service. So you can give me all the information that I want. There is no definition of what constitutes service. So effectively, even when you go in, this is not on a case-by-case basis, even when you go in for an enrollment, they are taking this consent in advance so that they can give that information to anyone. This also, I'm not going to deal too much with what is corporate interest in this, because the idea that you take mobile phone numbers and you're taking email addresses tells you whose interest is meant to be served. Who are the people who are the various kinds of people who can use it. So these 3 essential things that were originally projected as protecting the project, all 3 have already broken down. And I think it's important for us to acknowledge that. So what are the kinds of issues that have come up? Now, we find that the UID authority is actually an outsourcing agency. It doesn't do anything itself other than market the idea of the UID. What is this UID? UID is a 12-digit number. Now, one of the questions that was asked was, how do people remember 12-digit numbers? Yeah, it's not easy. You've got to remember the 12-digit number in your life. Even, I'm getting older and I can see my memory is fading every day. And I have to find ways of remembering this number. So they said, well, you can write it in. It's a kind of shocker for me that you can have answers like this given. Because in one of the exchanges that happened between the UID chairperson and, I know you've heard this one before, but in one of the exchanges, he was asked, how do we remember this number? They said, well, he said, you remember your mobile phone number. It's 10 digits. It's just another 2 digits you can remember this. And then he said, okay, if you forget your mobile phone number, you can, in any case, keep your, you can load your 12-digit number onto your mobile. So then you can remember it. And then it's reported like this, and then, and then, or you could tattoo it on your body.
Oh gosh.
Now this may be, it may have sounded innocuous if we didn't have this thing of what tattooing numbers on bodies meant. It's an extremely unfortunate kind of statement to make even in frivolity.